You have dreams. Who doesn't? But what's the next step? The 7 steps I'm going to give you in this video take you play by play where you can turn your dreams into a reality. And this can work for anything in your life, from forming better habits, losing weight, starting a workout plan, or starting a business. Stick around and I'll take you through all of them. Hey YouTube, it's your girl, The Real Teddy Talks, educating you daily on entrepreneurship, your hustle and your grind, and building generational wealth. Let's talk dreams. Dreaming and thinking are the 2 big misnomers when it comes to success. Dreaming big and thinking big is just the very first step. And I don't even count it as a step. It would be like step 1A. And step 1B is acting upon those dreams and those thoughts. Meanwhile, I'm dreaming big. If you're enjoying my videos, please like, hit that notification bell, and subscribe. It helps me out more than you know. There are 7 easy steps to turn your dreams into reality. The very first one is to believe it. It sounds simple enough, right? Why would I say I have a dream if I don't believe it? But you'd be surprised how many people dream something, probably talk about it all the time, self-talk, out loud, but they really don't believe that they'll have it. They ride around nice fancy neighborhoods and wish they had that house. They drive past a dealership and wish they had that car. They look at someone else's relationship and be talking about relationship goals. But meanwhile, in their own lives, they don't believe they have it. They don't believe they can have it. They don't believe they deserve it. So the first step to turning your dream into reality is to actually believe it. And if you can't get to the point where you are believing your dreams, then you need to stop right there. Because you will never get it if you don't believe it can happen to you. The next step is to work towards those goals, those dreams, and those thoughts daily. And I mean every single day. Start the night before and start figuring out and plotting and planning what step, even if it's a small step, a 1% increment you're going to take the next day to work towards your dream. Then in the morning, review whatever that step or those steps are and make sure you can enact it at some point through the day. And at the end of the day, you need to ask yourself, did I accomplish my goal towards my dream? Even if it's just making a phone call, it's looking something up on the internet, it's researching how to start a business, it's buying new tennis shoes, it's calling up or going online and seeing what the gyms are offering if you want to start a weight loss plan. It's reading blogs if you're trying to eat better. Whatever it is, you need to be working towards it daily, the small steps. Write it down so that you have it there. You took it from your brain, you put it on paper, and now you can see it. Work towards those goals daily, and you'll get that much closer to achieving them. The third way you can turn your dreams into a reality is not only to set the goal, but a goal date. Give it an end date. Make sure you know when that dream is going to come true. Something simple like 2 weeks from now, I'm going to put 1 spoonful of sugar in my coffee instead of 2. When I go to Starbucks, instead of getting 4 pumps of syrup, I'm going to get 3. 2 weeks from now. That way you can kind of work yourself up to it, ease yourself up to it. And then on that 2-week point, you have a drop dead date. In 30 days, February 10th, that's my birthday, by the way, you can set a goal for having come up with a name of your new business. You didn't have to actually build your business. You didn't have to incorporate it. You didn't have to get an EIN number. You didn't have to buy retail space. You didn't have to start a website. You just said in 30 days, I'm going to know the name of my business. And it's amazing how taking those steps and researching how to come up with a brand, how to come up with a name, will lead you towards accomplishing your goals. The 4th step to turning your dream into reality is to visualize big. This is a big one. That means see it. See it play out in your mind. You know, that can work against you too. Have you ever heard the phrase, the body cannot go where the mind has not first been? It's deep, right? But it's just like, I remember I went skydiving years ago. And I was literally trembling before it was time to jump out of the plane. And that's because I envisioned jumping out and falling through the sky. And that terrified me, right? So that dream was turning into a reality playing in my mind. It was making my body actually quiver. I remember when I went bungee jumping, same thing. I got to the edge of the platform. My knees were literally knocking together like they do on the old school commercials, like knocking together uncontrollably. I was terrified. And that's because my mind had already went forward 5 steps and it saw me jumping off that platform and plunging to my death or whatever I thought was going to happen. And that terrified me. And it created a physical reaction. That's the same thing with your dream. If you want to start a business and make an extra $10,000, $50,000, $100,000 that year, you need to visualize what that's going to look like. Visualize those numbers in your bank account. Visualize the cha-chings you get when you're making sales online. Visualize yourself making the phone calls or receiving the calls from your customers or your clients. Visualize your store opening up. If you're opening a hair salon, visualize your cosmetologists and hairdressers and clients all in their booths and getting their hair done and chit-chatting about the day. If you can't see those dreams, and if your mind hasn't gone there first, how is your body going to go? You don't even know what's there. It's like walking into a pitch dark room that you've never been in. You're going to keep bumping into everything and bumping along the way, and you're going to be very trepidatious. You have to get over that by visualizing in your mind vividly. That's where journaling comes in. Storyboards, vision boards. Just getting all that out so you can see it and see it happening. And it'll help you create a timeline as well. The fifth step to turning a dream into reality is move in silence. I know some would disagree with me on this one, but it's not always necessary to tell everybody what you're doing. Because what happens is those naysayers that you meet, and a lot of them are going to be the friends and the family that are closest to you, they're going to start to kill your spirit, and they're going to kill your dreams. And they're only telling you negative things or telling you not to do it or telling you all the things that can go wrong because they really do love you. It's a care response. They don't want to see you fail because they don't believe in you like you believe in yourself. And so only tell the people that you are 100% sure are going to be able to help you out in some way. They're going to encourage you. They're going to help run ideas with you. They're going to make some phone calls for you. They're going to be at the farmer's market working your booth with you. However that works. And sometimes you're going to find your best ally in a perfect stranger. Under the 365dayexitstrategy.com, I have a small business called My Business Buddy. And I work with budding entrepreneurs and small business owners, and I help them flush out their ideas, and I help them figure out the next steps in their business. I've helped them figure out what's the chaff, what's the waste that they need to get rid of, and how they can optimize. And to them, I'm a perfect stranger. But I am like their friend, and I have the business experience, I have the knowledge to help get them to the next step. Sometimes your best ally is a perfect stranger. The sixth step to making your dreams a reality is to set an action plan. Know that it's going to come through eventually. You have to set the plan based upon research, experience, and routine. And then you have to set it in play and know that it's going to happen. And you keep working at it until it happens. Think of the last thing you did and you worked at every day and you weren't successful at it. Like you literally did it, you did it right, you did it the way you planned out every single day, but it didn't work out. I don't think that's ever happened in my life. Maybe I stopped doing something. Maybe I stopped working to that goal and it didn't work out. But I've never continuously worked towards something and it didn't happen just the way I wanted it to. I bet you the same is true for you. Set that action plan in motion and keep working towards it and wait for it to happen. The seventh and final step to make sure your dream turns into reality is invite your dreams with open arms. Make room for that big dream in your life. If you want a new car, start taking care of the car you have. Clean out the garage. Clean out that back seat. Get it detailed so that you can make room for that new car to come in your life. If you want a bigger house, get rid of the junk in the house you have. Get rid of that clutter and that chaff and all those things weighing you down so that when it's the opportunity to move, you have less stuff to get from this old house you're in into that new house. Who wants to carry junk from your old self to your new self? If you want a new relationship in your life, let them old, bad, negative, disheartening, unsatisfying relationships go. How are you going to get a new relationship if you're holding on to some old crap? Kill those negative, those toxic relationships and open it up for something new. If you don't make room for your goals, when they do arrive, they'll have nowhere to be. The time to reach your goals is now. What could you possibly be waiting for? When has time made things easier? When has time made you less busy? Life doesn't get easier, and opportunities don't magically appear out of thin air, although we'd like to tell that story sometimes. It's usually a result of time, opportunity, and working hard towards your goals and your dreams. You have to dream big, think big, and act even bigger. Work on yourself at just 1% a day, and you'll have exponential greatness at the end of the year. I'm wishing you luck. I hope you're wishing me luck too. This is the Real Teddy Talks, signing off.